my radio station had a fun relationship with Van Halen from the very beginning. And we became good friends with the band and their record label and their management. And when they came to town, they always stopped by and visited, and it was a party waiting to happen. There was one time when I heard that Van Halen was coming to town for 2 nights, and it was sold out, and I called their manager and I said, hey, look, when the guys are in town, would they please come by the radio station? We'd love to visit and see what's going on and let them, play some records and talk on the air, something that rarely happens anymore. And his manager goes, well, they're really busy this time. We love you guys, but we don't think it's going to happen. Fast forward a couple of months, it's about 2 in the afternoon, the day of the concert. Everybody's excited about the show. We're getting lots of requests at the station for playing Van Halen music. And the receptionist goes out over the all-call and said, everybody look outside. And I look out the window and I peel back my curtain, and here's motorcycle cops, one after the other stopping, followed by 4 limos, just bam, 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 bam. Out of the first one pops David Lee Roth with these 2 strippers. Right behind him was Eddie Van Halen, who, I don't know, Eddie was running around with a penis-shaped squirt gun squirting people that was filled with beer. So Eddie was probably running around doing that. And he pops out, and he's holding a case of champagne, and he has another stripper who's holding a cake, a big birthday cake for the radio station. And then Michael Anthony, the bass player, and Alex Van Halen, the drummer, are here, and they're also with strippers, and they have party poppers and streamers and all kinds of stuff that they brought in. They walk right into the radio station, walk right past the receptionist, down the hallway, opened the control room, and said, we're here to take over. And they took our disc jockey here in the middle and basically kicked him aside. And they went on the air and said what they wanted and played what they wanted. And they turned the studio monitors up, which you can't see in here, all the way to 10. And these girls got up and they're dancing all over, clothes coming off. And it was just insane. And I'm pinned up against the back wall, standing next to Eddie Van Halen, going, what's going on here? What did I miss? And he goes, we wouldn't forget you guys. He goes, you didn't think we weren't going to come. And I said, yeah, but I didn't know you were going to come with all of this stuff. And there was just party poppers. And when the party was over, the entire control room was soaked with champagne because nobody bothered with glasses. Everybody had their own bottle, and they're dumping over each other. It was like a celebration after someone won the Super Bowl. And then on top of the soaked carpet was cake and party streamers and G-strings, and it was just a mad mess. But they took over for 2 hours before they finally got called back by their manager to go back to the venue because they had a concert to play last night. But the Van Halen stripper invasion is something that when I talk to disc jockeys nowadays and when I do radio interviews, the most common thing I'm asked once we stop the interview is, man, your book really depressed me. Because nobody comes to our radio station now. I never get invited backstage. And if I do get invited backstage, they don't want to have anything to do with me after that. Because I feel like you were there when it was fun, and it's not fun now. And then it was kind of at that point that I realized maybe I should write these things down, because the way that this book really happened was after being out with friends one too many times where they go, hey, that's a funny story, you should write that down. And I started writing them down, and all of a sudden I had 35 that turned into a book. But this is chapter 1, and it kind of sets the tone for, hanging on for a wild ride, because here we go.